Hello.
Hello and welcome to
The Boat Factor.
Now on a Boat.
Well, that's
It's
why
like,
it's
oh,
called The Boat.
geez, the camera angle is a little bit wonky.
We can't fix it, and people can probably tell we're on a boat as well because
we're rocking slightly.
It's just rocking. Did you want a beer?
Is that... Did I just get given a hat or a beer? A beer would be good. Thank you.
I could probably wear this.
Not
hat.
a tui. It's anything else. Is that actually celery water? Oh, no, I'm fine. No, it's...
Yeah, this is the better hat for
okay.
me now because I can actually wear the monitors.
Thank you for the offer, though. Thank you for the offer.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're on a boat.
We are on a boat. I've just realised a problem.
What?
We don't have the lanes today.
We don't. We were actually talking about it because we've got a few guests tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Today?
Today it's daytime. This is the first
Evening.
It's the first daytime bus factor.
Yeah.
The question: do we see any buses?
Fucking warm.
Fuck, it's warm.
Yeah, so we do see buses every once in a while. I
Okay.
think there were some in the pre-show. We did a small pre-show.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, is it using your data?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Not using mine.
I don't know
there's one right there. Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at that.
there you go. One bus.
Zoom.
Boom. Done.
Oh man, if we see
Like-
a crash, wouldn't that be so good?
So I haven't worked out whether we can see any traffic lights to see if buses are running yet.
We might be able to infer it based on the timing of those ones. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. It's going.
Yeah. Should
Yeah.
we stand up or sit?
Sit, I guess. I don't want to stand. It's a lot of effort.
It's
I
quite
can
wobbly.
see fine. Get it? I can see fine. I can see because we're on the sea.
Yeah, we are actually on a boat.
Wait, oh yeah, you can't tell from the. Did you show everyone?
No, we haven't. We could. We'd have to get people to duck or whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. We might do it at the end.
You can tell with the rocking of the motion. I could probably point it right down and we'll see the pier.
She'll be right.
But yeah, we're at Bsides.
Yes, that's where we are. Bsides Wellington, home of the Bsides Wellington conference.
Yeah.
So-
Got a
Just actually came back from.
thing there. I don't know if that.
That was the worst. That was. It doesn't.
By the way, this
doesn't have
has,
a pole to focus
this
on.
has autofocus and it's focused on blur.
Is it? Is that
Yeah.
what it's done?
It's just
Okay.
focused on blur.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a cheap Logitech camera to me.
We've got even more guests.
okay,
So we don't
so
have the
bus
lanes. We do have some bus news and some.
I got
Trainers?
my own bus story, the one I sent this morning as well.
Whoa.
Which not my
People
own.
would be seeing that.
Yeah, you
Man,
can
look
see
at it
that.
go. Whoa.
Hey, what happens if there's an earthquake on the boat? Like on the ocean, but on the boat.
Then nothing.
You don't notice it?
You don't really notice earthquakes
Oh.
on the water.
No. Unless
Hey.
they're big and you get a tsunami, I guess.
Yeah, but that's unlikely.
Or is it? Dun dun dun. Yeah, okay, it's unlikely.
Man, yeah, if we see an earthquake, we might just see one of these buildings just crumble down.
That seems unlikely, but if it did, that'd be so
and we'll
cool.
just be on a boat, drinking on a boat.
I think I'd stop drinking.
Would
My
you?
camera's at work. I'd run back to work, see if I can get my
You
camera.
would not run back to work.
Yeah,
You're
you're right. It's fucking hot
20
today.
meters away.
I'd just be like, fuck it.
Oh,
I
it's
can't be
warm.
bothered.
But yeah, so no lanes.
Yeah.
We are
But we do have
streaming.
guests, so we can use them for
are
entertainment
recording.
today.
Yeah, so we're streaming and recording. We'll post this on YouTube later.
Will we though?
Oh, I might.
Okay, let's get to some InfoSecurity stuff.
Yeah?
Have you seen any of the talks so far?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few.
What one did you like? What's your favorite so far?
Oh, the one I hated was Onion
dude.
Land.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. I thought you were about to just rip on some B-side speaker and just be like, I fucking hated that. And it could be on the boat, which they are. You didn't even see that one.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Which you thought I hadn't, but I had.
I just can't remember. I lose track. I've given it a few times now. It went well. Do you know?
Yeah,
Were
I
you
think
there?
I even saw it in Wacon because
We-
you did the same one in
I
Wacon.
did the same one. Okay.
I've
Did you
just
see?
seen it.
But did you see they had to swap the rooms around because there were too many people who wanted to see my talk?
Yeah, you were in the shit room.
I was, and then they moved it because they were like, yeah, too many people want to see your talk. We have to swap because otherwise it's a fire safety hazard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone leaving either. So, I mean, I didn't pay much attention. I'd rather not know.
That's interesting. You're popular.
Yeah, that's why they call me Popular Steve.
What was the other talk at that time?
It was one about cyber is not a word you should be using. Cyber is a noun. So it's one by Creature. Something about cyber.
Yeah, cyber is not a noun.
Yeah, that's it.
Keep that there just so we know what to do. So One of my favorite talks actually was the one just before your talk.
The kill chain one.
No, the Zen
yeah, that
and
one.
AFL.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I
like how you went to the toilet and you came back and it just got way into the technical stuff.
I left on this is AFL and this is a virtual machine, and I came back to, and here we are knee deep in the Zen virtual machine Numa code. This is where it's like allocating page shape. I'm just like, what? Did he reveal a full, I'm guessing, patched guest to host?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he didn't get enough time to go through all of it. That was pretty sweet. Was that one that got CVE'd? It must have been, right?
Yeah,
It's fucking great.
He's been doing it for 3 years, I think. What's the guy's name? Matthew Daly.
Matthew Daly, yeah, fucking great. Oh my god, his fucking slides were amazing.
Oh, I know, right? They were good.
Hand drawn, like they were. Okay, so some people might think I'm being sarcastic. No, they were amazing. They were like hand drawn, lovingly crafted slides. I felt so bad. Did you see mine? Mine with the default Google Slides theme. I didn't even change the font.
Yeah. Yours are pretty average.
Yeah.
At least I put some effort into my slides.
Yeah, you're talking about the last talk where you turned up like really hungover, or was it high? Hungover or something? I can't remember. I lose track. You weren't having a good talk that day, were you?
No, it was alright. It was alright.
Was that the one where you tried speaking in French?
Yeah, I did actually speak in French for that one.
Yeah, I thought it was going to improve after that, but it was still a little bit flaky.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you were hungover at the Airbnb because you'd soiled the Airbnb.
Yeah, that was a good time. Okay, we talked about that. How about we introduce one of our guests here?
Yeah?
I'm going to ask him what he feels about B-Sides.
Which guest wants to talk first?
Do we have more than one?
Oh, no, I think we've just got one.
We'll go with the one who's like holding out his hand like he wants the mic. I'll hand the mic over to you so you can introduce yourself so I don't reveal any information if you don't want to. So here we are, one of our guests.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
I've got a bit of a rat's nest below my knee. Huh?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hold the mic slightly closer.
Hello.
Yeah, that's good.
How's that work for you?
I've looked this.
You enjoy this?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Dulcet tones.
So, who am I talking to?
This
is liamosaur.
Liamosaur. You're from across the ditch, aren't you?
I am from the other side of the Tasman. That's right.
Oh yeah, there's a Tasman. So what do? Are you a pro hacker?
I guess I am. Like, I get paid for it, so I guess that technically makes me a professional. But yeah, I hack some stuff sometimes.
Bear with me. I'm just trying to get the chat window. I need to see the mouse.
That's all right. Like, the chat window has been sort of an ongoing thing. But hey, B-Sides has been awesome. Like, I've been massively impressed by how smooth everything is for a first run con. Like, it's almost like embarrassing for other conferences who've been running for years. Yeah, no, like I wasn't.
Sorry, we need 3 mics.
We do need 3 mics. Stephen just said something very clever and incisive. So it's a shame he didn't have a mic.
The chat window's now on the other side of the screen, just because of our current setup. How is the video angle anyway? If people want to comment on the chat if they want it to get moved or straightened. It can't get straightened.
Are there actually people?
There might be some people.
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. I was assuming that like very close to 100% of the Bus Factors viewership would be actually at the B-Sides conference, which we should explain for anyone who's not at the conference. So there's the conference, which is in a conference hall, and a couple of 100 meters away.
And we're slanted as fuck.
There's a boat, and we're on the boat.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Right, I've adjusted it. The blue tack's holding up. Everyone who watches this is at B-Sides.
Yeah.
Except not that person.
Hey, that person. Shout out to you.
Silvery Wind.
Hey, Silvery Wind.
Hey. Long time listener. So we have had buses. What's your experience with buses, liamosaur?
I'll admit to being a bit of a bus amateur. In fact, I'm so bad at buses that I used to walk a fair way to a train station and then get a train and then a tram to get to uni in a house I was living for about 2 years before I realized that the bus stop outside my house went directly to the university that I
Wow.
was going to and sort of cut off about half an hour from my trip. So I'm definitely not a bus expert. In fact, I'm probably the opposite.
Yeah, fair enough. So you haven't caught many buses.
I catch a bus every now and then.
Your office overlooks some buses, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're in a very busy bus lane.
Yeah, you wanted a sister project type thing where you go over there and do the bus factory.
We could definitely have some good webcam positions for buses, and it's funny how similar Australian and New Zealand are. You know, like our bus drivers go through red lights as well. It's incredible. These cultural
I thought
similarities.
it was just Wellington.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen buses in any other country go through a red light. Never.
yeah.
That was a joke. So what was your favourite talk? Have you seen many talks?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of talks. Look, it's the quality of talks I've seen has been really high. Like, I'm one of those jerks who's sort of like goes, oh, I could go to the talk, or I could just hang out in the hallway and talk to my friends. And I've done very, very little hallway track and a lot of contract. Been really good.
Yeah, especially one of the things with this is having the green room so far away. It feels like if you're going to the green room, then you're going for an amount of time, so you tend to stick around the talks a lot more because you don't just hang out here.
Yeah, or
That's probably a good thing as well.
yeah,
Because I've been to a few cons where people just spend the whole time in the green room. Well, like people that are speakers or VIPs, they just spend the whole time in the VIP room. And there's some wind. I can throw this
There's
t-shirt
definitely a bit of wind. Could maybe
Hello. No, that
get
just
below the firing line of the wind.
Hello. I just did this.
Yeah, rapper style.
This kind
Drop
of
the
works.
fat beats, yo. It was like your first time ever trying to beatbox, wasn't it?
No, I think I did it as a teenager as well. No, I think there is a bus coming. Yeah.
So do you
There's a
guys
couple of lights
differentiate
away.
between buses and coaches? Because I think some of these are definitely coaches. I think this might be a coach coming up.
Yeah, we don't really differentiate. We mainly see buses, but yeah, this is probably a coach.
Like we tend to differentiate between one that's like a city bus. We only see mainly city buses, and if we see like a tour bus, a coach, then we'll differentiate it because it's not a city bus. Like the only golden geese are going to be a tour bus. So I generally call them like tour buses rather than coaches.
The only golden geese?
Almost the only golden geese. We did have that one time.
Almost the only. We've had like 6 city buses being golden geese and 1 tour bus.
Yes.
Oh, he's nah. But there was an unusual thing. Oh, look at these taxis go. We could do a taxi factory as well. Taxis are also kind of shit drivers.
Yeah, you could just run a 24-hour stream of taxis being shit.
Yeah. So you've caught trains though. I was actually talking to someone in the pub yesterday. There's a thing called the train factor apparently. What are you trying to do?
This is
Stevie?
an actual thing, the train factor.
Oh, we're on 7 buses. We'll go back to 0. I don't think we'll ever update that counter at all this show. So you catch trains.
My main form of transport is actually trams.
Trams? Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose you
the
are
tram.
from a city with trams.
Yeah, more kilometers of tram than any other city in the world. in
So
fact.
your trams are like the weight of 9 rhinos on skateboards or
That's-
something?
I think it's the weight of 9 rhinos, and I don't get how the skateboard factors in.
I've
Skateboards aren't
seen
very,
the ads.
they're not very heavy.
They have,
So like,
they've had skateboards, and it's just like, why is a rhino riding a skateboard?
yeah, it was like 9.001 rhinos. It's like, I don't know, rhino and a skateboard. Then I guess.
I think I might have got a pair or 2.
Yep.
No,
it's okay. You're a host.
yeah, you're a host.
Yeah. Relax, enjoy yourself.
Stephen just offered to get pairs, but yeah, we're actually right next to the cops.
Yeah, they have their own boat. It's quite an
They've
impressive
got 2
boat.
boats. So they've got like a speedboat thing and a bigger boat.
Oh
thing.
yeah, look at that. Is that what you would call a launch?
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's call it a launch.
A
Like,
skiff?
the viewers can't see it. It's like, this is definitely a launch, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. I was talking about trains. So in the pub yesterday, people were talking about the train factor. There might be a spin-off show of the train factor.
Oh yeah.
I was actually going to catch a train this afternoon to go up the coast. Trains.
What happened?
Trains allow bikes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard the story, Stephen. Oh, yeah. So trains in general, if you get on the right train at the right time, it allows bikes. And most trains do. But at the moment, there's a power failure, and they're replacing trains with buses on the line I'm going on.
That would be inconvenient if
And
you
so
wanted
I've
to take a bicycle.
Tweeted being like, how do I take my bike? Because it's a replacement. It's meant to replace the train, but it's really not. So I might have to, instead of cycling for 5 minutes, cycle for 2 hours instead to get to where I want to go.
Well, it's a good thing it's good cycling weather.
It is quiet. If it stays good, I'll have to. I'd hope I don't get a flat because I don't have any spares. Oh, we're getting a angry fan.
I don't think angry. I think it was a disappointed shake of the head. Yeah, it really hurts when there's someone that you respect looks at you with that sort of look of disdain. It's like, ugh, you're doing that podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. So where's your coworker? I thought he wanted to also be a guest.
Which coworker?
Neil.
Did he?
Yeah, he said on Wednesday he did.
Did he?
I told him to be here on
news
the
to me.
bus.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't actually tweeted that we're live.
Oh, I know.
We just tweeted that we were doing a pre-show.
Yeah, actually, I know where he is. He had to do work.
To work.
Yeah, which really sucks when you have to do work at a con. So
The
shout
mic
out
has
to
been
everyone doing that.
Passed. While I have this, I thought we could talk about buses or information security. Hence the thing. Is there any news this week? There is the Uber hack.
Yeah, which is actually
Hack.
slightly public transport crossover
Oh,
related.
yeah,
so,
Uber as well.
like,
Yeah,
Uber,
you're
a
right.
great topic for you guys.
So the gist, for those who don't know, is Uber said, it's very muddled at the moment. They put out a press release saying 50 million accounts were accessed, a bunch of personal information, though not credit cards, if I remember rightly. They said they tried to pay the hackers like $100K and made them sign an NDA, and they didn't, and the CEO didn't find out about it till now, which is the most muddled situation ever. What do you think is actually going on here? Because we've seen some analysis on Twitter and whatnot, like bug bounty gone rogue or malicious hackers or what.
I mean, like, from what is public about the culture of Uber, like, they seem to be really concerned about nothing other than cash.
Yeah, that's definitely
like,
true.
I'm sure the details would come out, but this idea of like, yeah, let's try and cover it up. And everyone's been focusing on like the bribery, paying blackmail part of it. It's like paying blackmail isn't actually illegal, but not reporting a breach is actually illegal.
Is it illegal?
In
In
the state of
California,
California,
okay.
yeah, they have mandatory breach disclosure laws.
That's a good thing. I'm in favor of those. Like, I understand it's a complicated issue, but yeah, I'm definitely in favor of mandatory breach disclosure. Yeah, and like you say, that's the important part of the story, is covering it up.
But was it a breach, or was it just a bug bounty that happened to uncover 57 million records
That's
and
okay.
exfiltrate them?
Yeah, that's a good point, because we have seen other bug bountiers that we know accidentally access personal information.
I reckon it was just entirely a bug bounty.
Yeah.
I don't see why people think it's a breach.
Yeah, okay, but there's a question. What's the kind of like gel between mandatory disclosure laws and bug bounties? Because if a bug bounty is successful and they do access a system that they shouldn't, well, I mean, they can run IR on that, which is expensive if it's a bug bounty, But what's kind of the end result? Is that disclosed or what?
It's an interesting question, like, because we're still sort of in the infancy of bug bounties and like sort of deciding that. And the most interesting thing about bug bounties is traditionally you can't hack shit. Like if you hack shit without permission, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
You go to jail. Whereas now it's like, yeah, we've got a bug bounty program, so everything that's in scope is fair game.
Yeah.
Apart from, all these like minor details, like if you want to, provide a proof of concept, then, do it in the like minimally disruptive way possible, which is very subjective, right? Like,
don't dump out 50 million user credits accidentally.
Yeah, like maybe one and maybe your own record.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
no one else
They definitely prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Bug bounties are weird. Interesting story anyway. I think it'll be kind of fun to see where the legal side of it goes. Though, if anything, Uber is just constantly barraged by lawsuits. So maybe they don't even give a shit.
I think they probably deserve to be because they're a bunch of pricks. And
They
as soon
are.
as competition launches in
Yeah.
Australia, I'm looking forward to using them instead of Uber.
Well, someone said, like, why do people still use Uber? They're such a shitty company. And the answer is that, like, taxi companies were like, hey, we could make an app and innovate and, like, provide a good service. And they were like, no, fuck it. We've got a monopoly. We won't do that. And so it was, like, kind of the taxi industry's fault.
So we've actually got like Uber Eats here finally, and a lot of people were complaining about Uber Eats, and we've actually got like local New Zealand food delivery companies, and people just don't know they're New Zealand, which is weird. Like we've already got the competition, and people don't use them.
I think like the ultimate like shameful food experience that like a friend of mine was admitting to when they were hungover was like normally it would be like I got McDonald's. I was so hungover I actually ate McDonald's. Now, you can one up and it's like I was so hungover I got Uber Eats to deliver nuggets to my door.
Oh yeah, you can get McDonald's delivered by Uber Eats now. I haven't done that yet.
I like
So on Wednesday, some
Don't
guy
do
was
it.
talking about levels of hungoverness and like Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, and I'm like, oh my god, like
I think that the premium tier level of hungover is sunglasses in the shower.
yeah, yeah. Not that I'd ever get hungover. I don't drink.
No,
I'm a
it's
teetotaler.
Yep.
Um,
What else has happened in InfoSec news? We tried to think about it, and all we really came up with was Uber.
yeah. So there's Uber. Oh, I suppose I could talk about that Uber link type thing. So there's like a Thai company called Grab Taxis, which is basically Uber, but in Thailand, and they've got a bug bounty program. So some guy found SQL injection and got some sweet stuff out of it, or not. He just reported it straight away, like a good bug bounty hunter would do. And then the company was like, "Oh yeah, cool. We'll triage that. We don't really see that as a big issue." And he's like, "Oh, I could also get remote code execution with this plugin that I can see exactly which version you're running, and this is the exact line of code that would trigger the bug. All I need is this variable from the database, which I could have got with a SQL injection, but you fixed the SQL injection, so I can't get it." And they're like, "Oh, we can't reproduce that, sorry." And he's like, "Run this command, tell me the output, and I'll show you how to reproduce it." And they were like, "Oh, nah. Nah. And they triaged it originally as a critical, and then they changed it to a medium, then to a high. And the guy was like, "Why did you change the severity on this like multiple times?"
Because we didn't want to pay you as much money.
Yeah, pretty much. And he called them out on it, and they were like, "It's up to us at the end," which is a shit answer because it means that's exactly what they were doing. Yeah.
The interesting thing about bug bounties, like as opposed to traditional testing, is like because it's an adversarial thing, right? Like the bug bounty participant, the hunter or whatever they're called, is on the opposite team. So in terms of okay, you found SQL injection, like do I report this immediately to like lock it in, in case someone else reports it before me?
Duplicates.
Yeah. Do I keep going and actually prove the RCE and potentially, double my payout or miss out on everything?
Yeah, so this is this guy's thing. He's like, if I see something critical, I'll report it straight away because I think you should be fixing critical stuff straight away. And if I hold off on it, like it might look bad on me. And he explained exactly that. And I was kind of saddened by it because he got mediation from HackerOne and they were just like, "Oh, we're surprised they're paying you out at all because it's like a third-party WordPress plugin and it's explicitly put in their scope that they pay out for it." So I don't know why HackerOne would like, "Yeah, we're surprised at this," but oh well.
It's like, oh, it's third party. Well, like, I guess a bad guy wouldn't pop a shell on you.
I know, right?
Not if it's third party
in
and
goal,
outside
like,
of scope.
If a shell's going to get popped, it's going to get popped in the third party. But yeah. We haven't actually seen many buses. I think we saw like a couple of buses and then that's about it.
I had to hide from the wind, so I've been looking away from the bus zone.
Yeah, it's not too windy now. We're just chilling out.
Yeah, it's a lovely day in Wellington. Like this is the sort
a
of
lot of
like
traffic.
couple of days that if you were from out of town,
Oh,
you
yeah,
would go, yeah, man, I want to move to Wellington. It's the most beautiful city in the world.
Yeah.
And then you move here and it rains every other day. You're like sucked in. Like there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of cities that do that. Like Vancouver.
Oh,
is
we're
a
moving
classic
quite a bit.
example. Also, we get these sweet construction noises in the background,
We
like in
can't hear
addition to
them.
the wind and everything.
We
They're
can't
not being
hear
picked
them.
up on the mic.
Nah.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're good mics. So, like, if I held the mic out further, I just wouldn't hear it.
That's great.
I can only hear it here.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some more fans.
Yeah, we've
more
we've got a little mosh pit sort of assembling outside
Mosh pit.
the area.
Yeah. We did see
This-
one before.
Th-
So we're
they're
looking
definitely not
down
buses.
that way, but we have seen buses. Yeah, we can. No, not anymore. Yeah. Roughly. No news is confirmed on the chat.
Excellent. That's sweet.
See, we've got
That's-
listeners, and they like update in real time.
Wow, that's amazing. Isn't technology great? like normally this is done from your guys' office, but at the moment we're just sitting here tethered to a mobile phone, and it's like
Yeah.
somehow it. Well, I shouldn't say it hasn't dropped out because that's a fucking dumb thing to say.
It
It's
was
still-
just
it's like-
orange, but now it's green.
yeah. Anyway, we're about to drop out, so we'll be back to no. We'll see how it goes.
Nah, I should turn my phone on loud, so if I get a message saying I've got no data. Because I think OBS just like sends out a really pitiful notification being like, oh, we can't connect at the moment. It should fucking flash. We're disconnected, bro.
Yeah, this is like one of the most critical things in my life. You know, like I need to know if like the electricity is going to stop coming into my house, and I need to know if the datas are going to stop coming into my pocket.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's annoying when like you don't know when your data's gone, and you realize like an hour later, being like,
Yeah.
do people not love me? Like, what's happening? And you're like, oh, I've just got no data. Well, we've got
Yeah.
like heaps of
We're
fans.
getting heckled now. Boat factor.
Yeah, we've got some guy that looks like he could have a nap.
Yeah. But don't let that
It's
fool
very-
you. He's
I'm
actually
jealous about that subway.
he's like a hawk, ready to pounce.
You should describe your hat to the listeners.
It's oh man, I'm really not sure I have the vocabulary to describe exactly how great this hat is. I'm gonna look at someone who's wearing an almost identical hat and describe that instead, because I don't have a mirror. So we're imagining like your typical captain, like sea captain's hat, that just got blinged until there was no more space to put more fucking bling on it. It's just there's gold, there's like dangly things, there's did you just say A?
Oh yeah, there's skulls like
KH.
all over it as well.
And skulls because you know like metal skulls are metal.
Is there a minimum age for the boat? For the
the boat factor.
The boat factor? Is there?
Well, it's
It-
the bus
it
factor,
is-
but the boat factor special.
The boat is,
Is
a
there a
license.
minimum age? Because we have a young person standing behind.
The boat is a licensed
Oh,
venue.
we can probably get a
Um,
young person on. Are they a fan? Oh, I can't come. I'm tethered via cable, but if they come over, we have a young person.
It's that's fine. They're people too.
I don't know how to interview a young person.
Neither do I. I feel like neither of us are the appropriate people to do that.
Do
Anyway,
it.
let's just
Just give it
assume
both
it's not
the
going to happen
mics.
and keep it nice. So
Yeah. Oh, look, there's like 1 million buses.
holy shit,
That one's going like real slow.
it is. It's making some strange noises.
Yeah, like just
It's
testing
like,
out.
shh.
I just don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Fuck, where's the mouse? I keep on losing the mouse.
It's extremely
I saw
sunny
it,
here
I
today,
saw it.
and we're just on a little laptop screen, and it's very hard to see anything that's happening on this screen.
Really
It's,
is.
I'm super impressed because this is a really thin laptop, and yet it has a Intel Xeon processor, according to the sticker on it.
Yeah. It's also got a Core i7 sticker there.
Wow.
So I'm pretty
Both.
sure that's the legit one, and the Xeon, someone just put it there.
No. Someone wouldn't lie through stickers.
So this laptop, I was lucky I came here early to set up because Stephen assured me that the power is up.
Stephen,
Assured me that the laptop was not flat. It was,
I'm beginning to
imagine a flat laptop.
the only good laptop is an upright laptop. The same way that the only good duck is an upright duck. No one likes flat ducks or flat laptops.
So, do you know our duck naming scheme and duck and goose for the cars on the normal place? You've watched the show four times, so you must.
See, the problem with me watching the show is that it starts at 3 p.m. local time in Australia, and I'm still ostensibly pretending to do work at that stage. In fact, usually Friday afternoon, I'm working my ass off because we have stuff to do. So while we are streaming your stuff, I wouldn't say I pay it the most attention.
Do you put it up like on a dashboard type thing?
Yeah, we stream it to the TV.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, we should do that in our office to stream it somewhere.
Like, I'll stream it to the TV, and I can tell how into it my coworkers are by the fact that they put their headphones back on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, some people in our office stick around, but a lot don't.
It seems a lot of them do. Like, they pretend to not be into it, but every single one of your coworkers I've spoken to, they're like, oh, yeah, it's cool. It's fine.
just become a thing. We've actually got an intern starting next week, and she's just going to be like, what is happening?
Yeah. I mean, like, in so many ways, but that Friday afternoon will just, like, cap it all off. It's like, anyway, I know I'm changing
After
industries.
her first week, she'll just be like, oh my God, what's happening? This is weird. So, Stephen, we were talking about laptops and power and whatnot. So, you assured me that this laptop was fully charged?
No, I didn't. Do you want me to read out the text?
Oh, yeah, sure. Read out the text.
Just fill a little bit of time while he's finding the text on his phone.
Minus charging, Bax Factor should be full.
And what did I say then?
It should be, and I didn't answer because I knew it was not worth answering.
And what was my suggestion before this?
Want to give it some juice now?
So you got a message saying, do you want to charge the laptop while you're at power? And you're like, no, it should be full. So this was completely flat. Completely flat.
So
it also installed some updates.
So the lesson here should be clear for anyone who's ever read an RFC is that if you really care about it, say must be full. Not should be full.
Must.
Should means no one's going to do this. Should be secure.
That's so true. That's so true.
Must be.
I don't think we're getting that small person fan on. How are you going, Stephen?
Going okay? Sorry, what were you saying? We're not getting what?
Oh, we were going to get a small person fan guest speaker. Yeah, that kid.
I wasn't sure if he was asking about whether she could come on the boat factor or whether she could just come on the boat itself.
But they were already on the boat. So
yeah.
It's hard to know. It was a weird question.
It's a mystery. It will remain a mystery for the ages.
So do we have any other news? Are you looking at the
We were
news?
trying to come up news while you were doing that.
So Stephen's
Wildly
actually just
popular
been away.
So there was a new Office CVE came out. Did you see that one? This was interactionless. I think we actually covered it last week slightly. A new interactionless Office exploit where someone's got Office installed, you can do it or something. I don't know. There was a CVE for it. Did you see it?
No.
Okay, well, it was there. I don't know.
I have a fun story about Office, though.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of the talks, there was a guy giving the talk who was extremely entertaining, and he's a very smart person, but he's also...
Here at Bsides.
Yeah, here at Bsides. But he's also very young, a millennial.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of stepped exactly through his process of, like how he sort of went through a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a stage where a thing that he did was Google for what the Microsoft equivalent of Google Docs was.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's called Office.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
been around forever, but like that's hilarious. That
Yeah,
there's people
I do
who
know
are
the
like, you
talk.
know,
You're right. Yeah, you're like, what is? Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's younger than me actually. Back in Office 2003, that was the heyday right there. Office 2003.
I think I still have some PTSD from having to use Office, and like
See-
we don't use Office in my work
Yeah,
anymore,
I'm
and every
aware
now
of-
and then we have to use it. And
I'm
like,
aware
oh
of what
God.
you use, and like I care about how stuff works. Oh, is that our other news listings have not been updated? Yeah, okay.
Sounds important.
Yeah. So that's how we get our news, with our other news site that someone else updates. That is totally not just another risky way of getting news.
A risky way of getting news.
Yeah, you
Is
know.
that like some subtle code for how you normally get your news?
Yeah, we want to own the domain risky.bus.
Is bus a TLD?
Nah, it's like under consideration. So
Yeah. Like
it could happen.
you know it will happen because like I can, if people give
Yeah,
them
they
money,
just
they will
want the
make
money,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so horrible. Like, it's just gonna break every computer. Like, what was the one that they did one not too long ago? Like .local or something? No, not .local.
No, that's a reserved one.
No, not .dev. There was one that they did which should have been reserved, but they were like, "No, it's fine, bro. Let's just do it," and it totally wasn't fine. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. I can remember like people complaining, oh, well, what happens if they release a .exe? You know, there'll be all these vulns. It's like, what? Because
Yeah.
that's an executable extension in Windows. Like, I
Okay.
don't know, .com.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a
it's
really good
always,
counterpoint.
Like,
Because
young
I was
people going like, what? What's a .com file?
Yeah,
It's like,
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
.com is an
I was gonna
executable.
say, like, as a counterpoint, how often have you been like, "There's no fucking way the program will do this," and it just does it because programs are computers are just ridiculous. But you're right, the .com counterexample is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. News. There was the bus news at the basin this morning. There was a bus drove into a car. Did you cover that? No? No, you didn't cover that?
No, we didn't cover that.
Well, now you know that it was.
Yeah, because
Bus drove into
that
a
was
car.
why you were extremely late for breakfast.
I was 5 minutes late, and it wasn't
Extremely.
even why. It was late because they're doing construction now. So, like, they closed off some roads that get to my house quicker. It happens. You got any other news?
Other news. We talked about buses. Should we talk about ferries? Because we're like kind of close to a ferry.
Is there ferry news?
No, but we could just talk about ferries.
Okay, I don't know anything about ferries. We need old mate Dave on for that. He's the ferryman.
Yeah, where has he gone? He's
Mm.
normally like really into
I don't
it.
think I even seen him on the boat.
No, he was downstairs on the boat.
Did you
think-
guys not pay the ferryman?
I think he just doesn't like the sun too much.
Yeah, neither do I. I am totally going
It's
undercover
quite
after
warm.
this.
So warm.
There's going to be some other InfoSec news. Did you see? I don't know if we should say this one. I'm going to say it because I'm a horrible person. Did you see that Jake Williams is suing Simon Smith?
Oh wow.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, lawyers are on the case. We'll see how that goes. Don't want to dwell on it.
But he's like your best friend.
So my personal opinion on this is that I don't want to hear another thing about Simon Smith ever, like either from Simon Smith or from people like trolling and hassling Simon Smith. Like,
Oh, that's
Just
really
fucking get over
upsetting
it.
because that's the next item on the news.
really? Well, on the topic of trolling Simon Smith, maybe I should pass the mic back to Stephen.
I don't want to. I've never actually trolled him. He did try and fish me once. He sent me an email being like, "Hey, I want to invite you to a super secret hacker conference, but I need your email, your home address, so I can send you an invite that's encrypted."
These guys are like psychological mastermind.
Fucking.
He was going to send you an encrypted physical mail.
Yeah, that's what he said. He wanted a home address because email was insecure, so he wanted to send it over the postal mail encrypted to me.
Like
I
on a
think-
flash drive or like
Fucking, I doubt it. Okay, well,
or
really,
just like
he really just clearly wanted my home address and phone number, but the way he came about it was pretty hilarious. I don't know. Like, I also think like the trolling has gone so overboard. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I unfollowed some people on Twitter who were just like obsessing over it. And it's like, I really don't want that on my Twitter that often.
yeah.
Like once in it, like the Jake Williams thing, it came up like once. I think like Pat retweeted it or something. And I'm like, whatever, that's funny. But I don't want like picking on some guy constantly. But I don't know.
Fair
It's not
enough.
very InfoSec news either. But I thought that part was funny that Jake Williams is like, fuck you, man.
So we need to come up with a bit more filler news because we've still got like a quarter of an hour before the hour slot. Or
We can definitely come up with like there's something else has happened this week.
I do recall something.
Like, I'm sure. Like, there was the Uber thing. There was the big thing.
Yeah.
We normally have a full day to think about this.
And
What I
we
mean was,
normally have our bus lanes behind us.
we normally work for a full day on Friday, and thus work all day, and we're working hard.
I'd probably only start thinking about it I'll read stuff on my way down into work.
Yeah, I tend to just
And
browse
then
Twitter
around
and kind of.
4, I'll be like, right, we should probably write a list. But yeah, we would normally have the whiteboard behind us with our 2 lanes. So liamosaur hasn't seen our lanes.
I mean, no one has
news
really.
lanes. Yeah, we've got lanes.
Yeah, we got 2 lanes: the bus lane and the infosec lane.
We were gonna send a photo of it, but it does actually have some confidential information on as well.
Yeah.
Why would you put confidential information in your that you're going to talk about on the podcast?
No.
Or is this just a shared
The
whiteboard?
whiteboard is the same one we use for work. We just use a work whiteboard. So it's got like
Right.
client systems, how we will hack them, followed by
Steven's going to
news.
talk about this dumb shit.
yeah, exactly. You got it.
Yeah, I understand.
You get the bus like that. I'm looking through Twitter and there's like no infosec news here. Someone suggested that Siri should only respond if you say please.
Yeah, it's
Which-
not really infosec. Hey, this is vaguely infosec-y.
Mhm.
Apparently, Have I Been Pwned is going to be integrated into Firefox.
I did see that. That's actually like
Yeah.
a really good point. I don't know if that's a good idea.
What's your hot take? Because like neither of us have read anything further on this.
Yeah, I
apart
did.
from,
I just
like,
saw the
you
tweet,
know,
the blog post.
tweet.
Yeah.
So
So
good idea or not?
I'm gonna say not a good idea, and the reason is the way it said that they'll integrate with sites who have been dumped on Have I Been Pwned, and the problem is every site has been on Have I Been Pwned because every site gets hacked. So if you just get a website saying, "Hey, this place has been hacked," I'm like, you don't need to integrate for that. Just put a little alert up. Yeah, it's been hacked. So I struggle to see how they're gonna make the integration good. They could. There's no good way to integrate it because even if you say to yourself, "Oh, they should integrate it such that if you just use a username and password that's been leaked," well, shit. Now you're just sending Troy Hunt all your usernames and passwords. So how do you integrate it in a way that isn't misleading and isn't just, "Hey, everything's been hacked"?
Hey, you could like hash the passwords.
Yeah, because GPU is so expensive these days.
So my hot take is
Mm.
that it's probably a good idea because mainly because you said it would be a bad idea. And
See,
you know,
gotta
it's
disagree.
better to be controversial.
Yeah, it's
but
definitely
I'm
true.
sure that Firefox is not doing the thing that you said.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not going to
they-
be like Firefox now sends all your passwords to Troy Hunt.
yeah, it's not going to be that. But
Yeah.
what is it
Shout
going to be
out to
instead?
Troy if you're listening. Hey, what up?
The alternative is, "Hey, this site has been hacked," which isn't useful.
I mean,
Right.
it would because it would drive people away from hellholes like LinkedIn.
Would it though? Do you
I
reckon?
just really don't like LinkedIn.
Neither do I. I had an account there for I think it was like 3 months, and I was just I can't do it. I can't do it. You disconnect, and it's still like, "Hey, I'm going to email you like once a day, just in case you want to come back." I'm like, "Please, no, stop."
I have one account that we use for basically for recon. So it's
yeah,
like work
I
related.
same thing actually.
Fake work related account, and we picked generic a lot of our things where like our person works in HR,
Yeah.
right? So we got a standard photo for her, and got a bunch of contacts or whatever they're called
Mhm.
on LinkedIn. And basically, I'm revolted whenever I log into the account and see her DMs from like super creepy dudes saying, "Hey, you
Oh,
ever going to be in my country?" and blah
jeez.
blah blah. This
Yeah.
is like from your professional
Professional
business
network. Yeah.
network accounts. Like you people are all gross and probably should delete your accounts.
That is
and
one thing.
then-
My fake account is a mail, so no one talks to me. They just don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, another dude in IT? Fuck off. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things. Like, I really, I don't know. Maybe I should do it. Maybe we should make because we need to do it for work, actually, some fake accounts.
I think all guys in IT should realize how shit it can be for women. So yeah, everyone should register a fake LinkedIn account and see exactly how gross all the creepy
Yeah.
DMs are.
Well, everyone has a fake one anyway, so just make sure it's female, and then bam, you'll get it. You get it free. Yeah. You probably get more friend requests as well. Stronger profile.
That was why we made that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's because people have biases, whether they should or shouldn't. But we're at the end of the day, we're just trying to do as much recon as we can.
Trying to fish those
yeah,
companies, trying to
exactly.
get stuff. Yeah, we need to set up like a team at work to that. It's like a little bit of effort to maintain a few fake profiles as well. You need to like put some time into that.
It is. It is. Someone did a talk at Bsides about like maintaining sort of like entire networks of.
I think that might have been
accounts.
my boss.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was. It was really interesting. I'm not sure if the what was it? Social Monster Social.
Monster Social. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Does
tool.
it support LinkedIn as well?
I think it does. I don't know the list offhand. It supports. It looked like it's supported Pinterest if I remember correctly. I'm guessing they have LinkedIn in there.
Yeah. Because like the thing about like generating your botnet of potential thought leadery people is like I don't want to actually influence elections because that's sort of very unethical.
That's the difference between you and me, buddy.
Yeah, but it hadn't occurred to me that LinkedIn is also a possibility. So you could just like troll a whole bunch of jerks. I'm like, that seems ethical. I would actually be down with that.
Yeah, and once you have that network set up and you've got it maintained, like you can just use it when you need it. Whereas like a lot of the times I find you kind of like, oh, like I wish I had this already set up because then I could just use it. Whereas now I need to spend like a few months getting it set up before I could use it. Especially like on client engagements where you're like, man, I wish I could just like, have something already prepared.
Yeah, unleash the Kraken. Like there've been so many times where it's like, if I had a botnet, I could do this. But unfortunately, that's
I think most people have gone through the thought where they're like, could I build a botnet and get away with it? And you're like, it's so much work. Like even if you ignore that it's illegal, just the engineering that goes into it.
I mean, I would sort of disagree. I think it would be like for us to make a like relatively legitimate botnet that you could use in a professional context would be hard. Whereas like if you wanted to just like do it the absolute dodgiest and wrongest way possible, like no, it wouldn't be that hard.
Okay, true. When I think about my botnet designs, I tend to like really harp on about like how is it going to be untraceable? How is it going to be reliable? I don't want like law enforcement to take it over, that kind of thing. And then you see Mirai, which is just like, oh yeah, everyone just SSHs in with default passwords and runs shell commands. And so it's kind of like,
it's like we tend to overthink and over-engineer these things. It's like bad guys don't have to worry about that shit. It's like, oh no, they'll trace me back to my source in a country where the police don't cooperate with the FBI anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, there's that massive home ground advantage there. Yeah. You got news?
You been finding any news?
I think Meetlink's blocked me, so they're just not getting my messages about me having to bike for fucking 3 hours.
Do you think they have like a corporate policy on like vexatious tweeters?
So I have a point. Like, they're replacing trains with buses, and all the cyclist commuters just fucked. And all three of them. They say they're a cycle-friendly company, and they go out of their way. I don't know. I've asked for a beer, but none's appeared. Oh, if
we ran out of groupies. Like it seems like half an hour ago we were surrounded.
It's what
by
happened
a
down in
group of
Christchurch
people.
as well.
Yeah, it is punishing on top of this boat. Yeah, like I never thought I would
You're
say
on
that
a black
in
t-shirt.
New
I'm on a
Zealand.
black t-shirt, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, we can probably have one more than finish and go
why
down.
not? Why not?
Oh, it's quite warm. There is actually a lot of construction going around here.
It's a happening city.
I don't
Wellington.
think like this. Yeah, I don't think you can tell at all. You can see fences and people in orange stuff. But yeah,
Maybe we should do some bus watching. Oh, I'm back in the wind.
I can't really hear wind through your thing. I think
Okay,
we
sweet.
actually have like decent.
I think my beard maybe acts as a bit of a mic shroud.
I kind of feel like going down there and just doing like an on the spot interview with some random.
Yeah, sure. Like, so what do you think about buses and
we
or
won't
InfoSec?
reach. Oh, unless we like hang this like down there and I don't know. Nah. Have you heard the bus factor? What? Oh yes, I ran out of some data, but we're still going.
Yeah. Hey, so
This takes like a gig to do apparently.
Yeah.
Bit more.
So one of the things I've really liked about Bsides Wellington
Yeah.
has been a whole bunch of like really awesome technical talks.
Yeah.
But I think what really makes the con is the content of some like sort of non-technical talks that are still 100% relative
Yeah, there's been a lot
to our
of
industry.
cultural talks that talk about stuff that is going wrong and should get fixed.
Yeah, and like I know some people sort of like look down on those sort of talks, which is bullshit, right? Because like
Yeah.
you're like, why do you come to a conference? It's like to improve my skills and knowledge of certain things, and it's like, well, you know, if you were your boss writing your KPIs, you'd be like, okay, I want you to, you know, be technically proficient in this, and I also want you to, you know, not be a jerk and be able, and also have a whole number of soft skills.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes you have to see soft talks and like learn
definitely.
things.
And there's, as you say, there's been quite a few good soft talks this session.
Imposter syndrome seems to have been a pretty popular topic. There were a couple of talks that touched on that, like the idea that you know, no one really knows what they're doing. We're all just making this up as we go along.
I don't know if that guy like knew me or anything, but he was just like watching me and I waved.
Give you a
and he
wave.
smiled.
He's just really friendly.
Because people
Hey,
probably are like, what the fuck is
how much
happening?
time have we got left?
We have as long as you want.
Okay, so we're obviously not going to see any buses go through red lights. But what I think we probably could count is some randoms that we get to wave to us.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got that. See, we got, the guy
Yeah,
was
that's a
like, yeah,
wave.
we got a wave. There we go.
Oh, no. Yeah, put it down. Put it down. I was about...
So Stephen's back with some beers.
Yeah, so we've decided, because we haven't seen any red light runners, we're going to do people waving at us.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
a
this
few.
guy, and like
I
he already had his hand up to his ear, and then he sort of thought about waving and put it down. Then you could see him thinking about it, and he went, "No, I'm being a jerk," and then he waved back. And it was.
Oh, we can't really
we shared a moment.
see people. So, like, where
Yeah,
that
first he
orange
was like, I
dress
don't wanna be the
is,
guy who's
that's
waving.
where we can see
Then he decides to wave.
that group of people. We
Yeah, this is
can't-
much more intimate than the office location for waving at people, isn't it? Because the
Oh, it really
office,
is. People can just
people
see
barely
us.
see.
I mean, at the end of the day, people are the real bosses.
We're just like famous, sitting on a bus talking about buses through microphones. We must look really weird. Like
We're
your
gonna have to
hat
quote that,
is
though.
amazing.
People are the real buses. We're going to have to put that one down on the list.
But yeah, we're just sitting, drinking, and
Living
we're
a
way
dream
obvious.
is the TLDR.
I'm
is
surprised
what we're
more
doing.
people don't look up at us because like we're talking
Yeah, we have.
and we look fucking retarded.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
Have you seen your hat? You look like a Teletubby.
what?
He's got like weird Teletubby ears.
Have you ever seen the Teletubbies?
I think so.
They have. They're like. I would say the defining characteristic of a Teletubby is firstly they're like fat,
Yeah.
and secondly they don't have a whole lot of features, and they have like one maybe
yeah, one.
discriminating thing on their head. I have like a million on this.
Yeah, but you have two that look like the Teletubby one.
Each of the Teletubbies has a specific head shape. They're one color and it's one shape. And the shape isn't that. They're all simple shapes. Like one's like a straw, one's like
it's
a
for
circle.
children.
Yeah, it's like you're the baby one, you're the adult one. I don't know. You're the
Yeah, but he's got one with the circle, but they're coming off both sides.
Are you just saying that circles exist? Circles do exist. Oh, we're gonna wave.
Oh, we got another wave.
We're getting lots of waves. It's hard to like wave while holding a microphone and a beer.
Yeah, it's like otherwise it just looks like you're either shaking your beer or your microphone at them, which is sort of rude either way.
Get all the waves.
Yeah,
None of our listeners can see any of the waves.
No, we should be like incrementing the bus counter or something when we get the waves. That's the sort of thing you can do.
We'd have to change the label to wave counters.
Would you? Or could you just
can.
explain it on the microphone like we just did?
All right, I'll do
I mean,
this.
either way, it sounds like a technical problem that is like can be overcome. Yeah.
Label. Change that to waivers. Hold on.
So, Stephen, did you have a favorite talk at the conference?
How many waivers?
I actually didn't make it in yesterday, and today I had my talk. So I saw Bogan's. Then I was doing my prep for my talk. So the guy before mine, like Bogan's was really good, and so was the one I saw. Like the two talks I've seen, which sure it's not a great sample size. They're both really, really good. Some guy, did you see? He revealed a fucking guest to host Zen Escape I was like, damn,
Yeah.
like
Found
dropping
with
that.
AFL.
Yeah,
I
found it
just
with AFL.
wouldn't imagine.
Dropped it at B-Sides. Like, that's a.
Well,
like
he
a
didn't drop
nice
it. Like
thing.
it was.
He didn't drop it at B-Sides.
Yeah.
He did drop it at B-Sides after disclosing it.
Yeah.
Still, it's still pretty impressive.
So, how many waivers have we had?
I'm gonna say there's been 4.
4?
4. This
Oh,
guy's
yeah, that-
staring at you and he's not gonna wave.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
count
you
that
had a
5 because that
stony
girl just waved. But yeah, we can update this. How long do you want to go? When did you actually arrive?
You arrived at about 25:02, I would say.
Oh yeah, recorded 5 more minutes for the hour.
Is that and then your KPIs hit and the show's done?
Oh, he wanted to
beautiful.
wave. He wanted to wave. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do
his
it.
hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
Wave.
We'll count that to 6.
Yeah. So it's
I've
very
lost the
hard
mouse.
to get young, self-conscious people. Like this guy was about 17, hands deeply in the pockets. He didn't want to wave. He did. He smiled. He waved. He's just a nice
This is
person.
amazing. We've
general,
now
people
just
are nice
turned into
people.
the wave factor. The wave factor. Oh my god, we're on a boat. The wave factor. Get it?
Because we're on a boat. That's great.
I'm just now waving.
I love a good unintentional pun.
Yeah, it was pretty unintentional.
Do it. A panorama.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now I'm just. Oh, probably like. Yeah, it's probably already
Probably
started.
some great talks on right now.
1:15. Yeah.
So building your own toolkit for rational inquiry. Oh, I think I was talking to that person. I feel like I was. And then the RFID Project Walrus, which actually, this Project Walrus thing looks pretty sweet. They basically built a.
Oh yeah, she.
They built
Oh,
a.
she thought we were waving at someone behind her.
But we weren't. They built a Android app that basically talks to like every kind of card scanner. And so if you have like a Prox or whatever else, it'll talk to it and give you like a unified interface for cloning the cards and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, I imagine it's a shitty project to work on, but it looks like quite slick. And I like, because, anyone who's worked with this RFID stuff, getting the firmware to work and getting it to just consistently do what it says it does is like super annoying. So I don't know. I have seen the talk before. It's pretty good. It's pretty good kind of like impact. I don't know. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I imagine that would be pretty hard because I know,
They
like,
would not
with
impress.
the Prox marks, it's like no one wants to pay the full price. So you buy the Chinese version, and then you find out it's like the reason it's cheaper is it only has half the amount of storage, and the firmware just doesn't include a whole bunch of things that you need. And then you're like, oh well, I'll just try and like chop and change the
Oh,
firmware
yeah, we got 2
myself
there.
to
3.
include just the features I need. And it's
Got
like,
3.
man, I wish I just paid a little bit more for the one with the right amount of memory.
Double digits. We're up to 10.
Whoa, 10 waves. That's
This has become kind of fun.
yeah.
Oh, this guy, he looks
waving
like
are the
he'll
new red
wave.
lights. You're going
No,
too
we need to
early
get him
here.
on camera.
Too early. It looks weird if you just like stare at someone waving until they wave back. It needs to be spontaneous. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the camera's aimed
Yeah.
up there.
No. Yeah.
See, look, I got
Yeah.
one.
We'll get away.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh yeah, no, she's pointing. Pointing doesn't
Oh
count.
yeah,
you got a
that
wave.
was 2.
Well, we
that
get the
was
look
2.
away wave. The wave we're just like, oh, I'm suddenly uncommitting to this and looking away.
I think you got too many beers.
Yeah, I was just drinking slowly. I've been talking too much.
That does happen. We really need a third mic.
We really need a third microphone. Yeah. It's
Trying to
expensive.
do this thing where you like went from one mic to the other, but they both go into the same audio feed. so
No,
it's-
they're
these-
panned, one slightly left, one slightly right.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's like
That's
almost
cool.
imperceptible, but your brain is kind of like, oh, Hugh's to the right of me, Steven's to the left. That doesn't work in this case because we've swapped mics like 20 times.
Yeah.
Like they're getting,
There's a mic snake. on
yeah,
the ground.
but They are
graded.
slightly to the left and right.
Right. So if you were listening through headphones, you might notice it. But
Yeah, you probably wouldn't perceptibly notice it, but if you heard
that's why
someone
I didn't know,
switching,
'cause I
yeah.
normally have it on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, will these go around my fancy hat?
No, that looks
They
those
probably will
headphones.
not. You might be able to do it around the back.
Yeah.
And
Well, look at that. There we are. Can you hear?
hello.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun,
on
dun.
the right, I think.
Yeah, maybe. We let's try. It's all, I can't even hear it when I'm listening,
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
on
know
the
it's
mic.
configured to do that.
Yeah, I
so-
think I'm on the right because I normally stand on the right with this mic.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're on the right because I think you plug them in the different order in the audio interface today as well.
Oh yeah, shit.
Which means the gain's
Yeah.
slightly wrong, probably. So
yeah.
I
Oh
don't know.
well.
It sounds okay. We've got like enough compression and limiting.
We need to like label
So do you
them.
guys have like different gain
Yeah.
for your slightly different?
He
voice?
talks louder than me.
Really? Yeah. And
Can you hear him?
The like microphones are different as well. One's like a really cheap one, well, like $100, and the other one's like a Shure SM58, which is a lot heavier, so a lot less gain on that one. But I think they run the wrong way today. But then in software we add compressors to kind of like level it out. So even if it is slightly wrong, or we have a guest on who has different mic technique to us because we
Yeah.
set it up for us, it normally evens out a bit. There's also like a gate, which is why it sounds like weird cutting it out.
so in terms of commitment, like talk us through how much have you guys spent on this audio gear?
Yeah.
So good question. I like maybe I think 250, maybe like $400, because
So I guess we need some Patreons to.
more if you include
Patrons?
that microphone. So I had a microphone at home already, which is the one Hugh's using right now. This is
Yeah.
a cheaper one. It's USB or XLR. Because I brought it because I was like, oh, it'll be handy. So I brought that, and then we were like,
The amount of money I've spent is zero.
yeah. We decided not to
Stephen-
buy more until Patreons come on, because like the one other thing we need is a camera, but that's expensive.
I do like the immense amount of respect you guys show to your Patreons, because I knew that there was the one.
There is the one, and we
Patreon.
do
And
guarantee
he
a
was-
bus.
And he was here, and I think the last thing that Hugh said to him was like, "Hey, can you go down and get us some beers?"
I do remember that now. Yeah,
I was worried we wouldn't see a bus, but then we did.
yeah. We do
and
guarantee. We have to keep that in mind. If we
He
ever
was
do,
happy.
we ever do the plane factor, we have to like make sure it doesn't cost our patrons. There's another beer here if you want it, by the way. You don't have to
Um,
have it, but last one for the day.
I
I
reckon
think.
the plane factor will be able to do it.
Yeah, I think
'cause
we'd have to
while you're
talk to them in
taking off-
advance because
While you're taking off, you'll be able to see it. You
Yeah, no,
will
it's-
try and talk to the plane people, explain that we're doing a podcast about buses on a plane.
no, it'd be the plane factor. We go
But-
up in the cockpit.
Go on.
Actually,
explain how
someone-
you're going to.
Who was it?
explain it
Someone.
to them.
Willow was incredibly drunk last night. No, the night before. Someone
'cause
said to
yesterday
me
was a
that they knew like enough about the pilot. They knew like a pilot, or they knew like someone who worked for Air New Zealand. They knew enough people who worked at Air New Zealand that they could probably get us a seat in the cockpit on a turboprop, obviously, not a real plane.
So if you were trying to get permission to do the podcast from
Yeah.
the plane,
Yeah.
like like how let's walk through it. Like how would you do? I'll be the plane person.
Okay.
You can pitch your podcast at me.
Okay. Well, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, so
No,
you don't know what I'm asking.
no, you can't. Fuck off. Air safety.
Turboprop though. Turboprops are nothing.
No.
You can't even kill a person with a turboprop. I mean, you know, but it's a metaphor.
You really lack imagination.
It's a
I
metaphor.
could, like immediately think of at least 15 ways to kill someone with a turboprop.
It's a metaphor. The metaphor. You couldn't kill that many with a turboprop. Like you wouldn't bring a building down. Maybe like a house.
This shit got dark really quickly. Let's get some people to wave at us.
How would you do it?
I'll get another
I'd go to
look away
this
wave.
guy
That
who
was a wave.
says, "Oh, you mean the waving or?"
You do it. I got a wave.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
From like one of the
It was
construction.
a look away wave.
Yeah.
No, it's a lady walking along.
Ah,
She saw
gotcha.
me waving. She smiled, but she didn't look.
Yeah, she
no
does
eye
the like
contact.
awkward. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would definitely go with the hey, the dude said that you could. Oh, that chick looked, but she's biking. She looked. She knew. She wanted
It's
to.
hard to wave when you're riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
It's got pedestrians to dodge.
No, I was saying I'll get the dude who said he could organize it for us to organize it, and then I wouldn't have to. That's all I'd do.
I'm really concerned about Hugh's waving form. Like he just really
really-
just stares
yeah.
intently at someone.
Well, like
Like,
waving
I
vigorously.
can see his eyes. Like they can't see it because they got glasses on.
Yeah.
But he just like eyeballs them and just waves his arm back and forth. In the
And it's
same
not like
motion
when they
over
get
and
close and
over.
notice him. By the time they notice him, he's been doing it for 20 seconds already,
Yeah,
staring
they've seen
intently at them.
They've seen it out of the corner of their eye, and they're like, "Is he waving at me? This isn't waving. This isn't how you wave. This guy is a serial killer." If I
Do you
wave,
see that digger is picking up, he's changing his bucket, but he just did it without, look, he's doing it. You watching? He's going to shake it off. Call him Taylor Swift because he's about to shake it off. He's trying to use the other buckets to get rid of his current bucket.
he knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah, no, he's been like changing them for I don't know, 3 minutes now. He just keeps swapping them or something. Or maybe he's trying to lock it in. I don't know. Can we see that on the camera? I think he's trying to move he's trying to use the buckets as force, but they keep moving. Look, he is. Yeah. What's he up to?
He's just lining them up neatly. He's probably about to go on his lunch break.
We can, oh.
Yep.
He's about to take it off. Oh,
That's it.
you're
That's
right. He
lunch.
was lining up nicely.
He wanted to line them up.
Hey!
And we got away from
We
him.
got
as
away
well.
from him.
That
Like,
was that
see,
was beautiful. Was
The
that on
key
the
here
camera
is
cue?
that I think it might have been Hugh
in our
didn't
field of
wave at
vision?
him for a minute before he noticed.
See, did you learn something about
Yeah,
waving?
that's how waving
About
works, buddy.
human interactions?
Yeah, what?
Nah,
Yeah,
he's
Jesus
doing the thing
Christ, he's
again.
doing it again.
It's like
You go
it's
on.
like when
Billy.
you're trying to teach a little kid how to pat a dog, and you're like,
And
"You
they-
like this," and you stroke the fur, and they walk up and they just slap the dog. And you're like, no, like this.
with the grain, with the
Yeah.
grain.
I feel like this is trying to teach you how to wave.
Yeah. Like he understands some of the concepts, just not enough to follow through.
Ah, dear.
Hey. People keep
Yeah.
looking behind them because they're like, he's waving so vigorously.
The only time
has
he
to be
stops
someone he
waving
knows.
is when he reaches down to the keyboard to increment the waving counter.
Oh look, come
Hello.
on.
Oh,
Are we
got a
we
smile.
done yet?
Yeah, we got
Can
a
we?
thumbs
Are we gonna
up.
follow up? Wait. Oh, mate, Loki. Do you want to be on the bus factor first? He doesn't. He's very against it.
A Bodhi of us.
So should we do a pano?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So we'll need to unleash this. Yeah, right. I think we're good. Right. So thanks very much for tuning in. Oh yeah, come to B-Side.
Come to Bsides
That's
Wellington.
on. It's sold out.
Just come.
Yeah, I would actually recommend come to B-Sides. It's a
Yeah.
good con.
Hey
And
guys,
I'll
thank you very
head
much for
back there.
having me as a guest on your podcast. I really appreciate it. I take back all the terrible things that I've said in private Slack channels. about your podcast.
Rude. It's a good.
What?
It's a good
said
podcast.
I'd take them back.
So is it still the second worst podcast?
I think I've only ever listened to 3 InfoSec podcasts, so yes.
Oh, harsh. What about when we get the risky.bus domain?
If you get risky.buzz, I promise you I'll at least re-rate things.
We've got patrons. Someone just asked us when we're getting the 200 grand for the .bus domain. Anyway, we'll cut this and show you that we are actually on a bus.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and we will catch you. Oh, we're in a boat.
Oh,
yeah,
on a boat. Yeah,
you
not on a bus.
idiot! You idiot!
Sorry, I actually tweeted at Metlink before saying your buses still don't accept buses. And I meant to say bikes.
They're like, this
And then
guy
Adele
is
was
vexatious
like-
and dumb.
No, they blocked me. They just can't even see it. Like,
We do also need to get off the boat soon, so let's do it. Done for another hour? Okay.
oh yeah, people are
Okay.
unpacking. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing a camera around there. So if
yeah, we're gonna go
anyone-
around the outside. So if you don't want to be on video camera, then it's almost all down. Is that what it's called? Bunting? Like,
I think it is actually.
like Bunting's warehouse. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun,
Alright.
bum, bum. Yeah, it's me. Why would it be me or you? Are you a boatman?
no
I
nice in the bus
don't,
factor
sorry. We've got audio, we've got microphones, we've got audio interfaces, USB hubs, cameras, laptops.
kit. All right, so we gotta.
Jim, do you have a knife? He's got tape,
Yeah.
so
we
that-
got to talk for a few more minutes now.
oh yeah, while they take it down, and then we'll, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's live streamed. Yeah. Well, we can't do 5 because we want to watch Metals talk. So this is like the next best thing.
Yeah.
Don't look at it. If we don't look, we can imagine it's hundreds.
There are people in the chat.
People is plural. I don't know if we'd say people.
There were 2 people.
There we are, people. It is technically people. 2. Why are you bunting so hard, bro? Get it? Could bunt. Just pull it with your fingers. Okay, here. You go on the bus factor for a second. You've done it before.
Afternoon, folks.
Hello.
Just cutting in for Stephen here while he takes down some of the extremely superbly applied bunting here on the boat.
Did he
factor.
just cry out?
Yeah, he's having a hard time, but regular listeners of the bus factor, regular bus factor listeners will know what Stephen's proclivity.
Yeah.
Just stick with us here. We'll try and avoid the dead air.
Oh, we love dead air. We were actually
Have you
about to
guys-
wrap up
Have you guys ever
and
considered
do like
getting
a
a
panel of the boat, but then you guys wanted
Have
to
you guys
take
ever
down the
considered getting an
bunting.
RA ANZ license that lets you broadcast music on the bus factor?
We can.
Because you could just throw in some like dulcet old timey tunes and like.
We already do Vingabus. That's the only musical content we
okay,
have.
yeah, no, fair enough.
The Vingabus.
Yeah,
You're
that's actually
not strong.
quite strong. Like that's it's hurting my fingers. No, but I got it out of the tape. Like that was easy. Like I hope we don't need to get rid of that tape. I just yeah, I think we're nerds. We don't have fingers that are good for things. My hands really hurt now. Yeah, that's true. Fincham is a crafter or a maker if you're a male, a crafter if you're female. I believe that's the rules. Okay, he is a crafter.
So I'm just thinking of the logistics of the panel we're doing.
Yeah,
How far do we want to go?
just all the way around. Just all the way. We'll have to move the laptop. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
What if we unplug this?
Yeah, we'll unplug the audio interface. Wait,
So
yeah, that'll work.
we can do that on the outro.
On the outro we can, yeah. The
Yeah.
intro is actually ducked so that we can, when we talk, it like ducks out and it's all like, hello,
That is-
and welcome. It like gets louder when we don't talk.
Yeah.
So some audio engineering magic I learned. He got it. Whoa, what a
Hmm.
magician.
shit,
Do
we
you
might
want to
be
get rid of
ready.
the tape as well? Because it's really just littering.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's actually
Thank
going to
you.
be in the
Good.
shot of the bus factor.
Yeah,
very
we
soon.
we only want the best, nicest, untaped bars here on the Sweet Georgia. Yeah, this boat's, I don't know. It's like I expected a bigger boat. Like I don't know what I
This is a
expected.
pretty sizable boat.
Is it? It feels like a medium boat to me. Like
Go
small.
downstairs. Like, how many people can you fit upstairs?
Okay, well here's the thing. I'm going on a cruise ship next week, which has 3,000 people. So like, tape's gone. Okay, let's do the spin-out. We will catch you next week here on the Bus Factor. We will be back in the office. It'll be me and Hugh, but I am going on holiday soon, so you won't get much more of this. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will catch you next time.
All right. See ya. And thank you to Pirlo for
Thank you to
the
Pirlo, and thank you to
Vingabus.
Bsides for hosting us here.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Click on. Oh, fuck, I need to find the mouse. It's really hard to see.
Put it in a corner.